If you want a powerful sculpted chest that looks sharp from every angle, especially that clean lower line that separates your chest from your abs, then this video is going to change the way you train forever. Because most people are training chest wrong. They bench press, they do random push-ups, they throw in a few cable flies, but they never truly understand how to target and develop the lower chest properly. And that is exactly why their pecs look flat at the bottom, undefined and lacking that aesthetic shelf that makes your physique stand out instantly. Today we are fixing that. Welcome back. If you care about building a strong, aesthetic body the smart way, you are in the right place. On this channel, we break down training science into simple, practical steps you can apply immediately. No fluff, no wasted sets, just results. Let's talk about the real problem. The chest is not just one big slab of muscle. The main muscle, the pectoralis major, has two primary regions: the clavicular head, which is often referred to as the upper chest, and the sternocostal head, which makes up the middle and lower chest. The lower chest fibers run in a slightly downward angle from the sternum toward the upper arm. That angle matters, because muscles respond best when you align the resistance with the direction of their fibers. Most lifters spend years pressing flat or even incline. They get decent upper chest activation, they get mid-chest thickness, but the lower chest remains underdeveloped because they never prioritize movements that follow that downward fiber direction. You cannot just burn fat off your lower chest. You cannot spot reduce fat if you have chest fat. That is a body fat issue overall. But even at low body fat, if the lower chest is flat and weak, it will never look defined. Definition is not just about leanness, it is about muscle shape and fullness. So the solution is twofold. Build the lower chest properly, and stay lean enough for it to show. Let's start with exercise selection. The king of lower chest development is the decline press. Whether it is barbell or dumbbell, the decline angle shifts more emphasis toward the lower fibers of the pecs. When you lie on a decline bench, the pressing path naturally aligns more closely with the downward fiber orientation. But here is where most people mess up. They turn it into a triceps movement. They flare their elbows too much or tuck them too much. They rush the reps, they bounce the weight, and they never actually feel the lower chest working. If you want your lower chest to grow, you need to slow down. Lower the weight under control for at least 2 to 3 seconds. Keep your shoulder blades slightly retracted. Think about bringing your biceps toward your lower chest as you press. That mental cue alone can dramatically increase chest activation. Now let's talk about dips. Chest dips are one of the most underrated exercises for lower pec development. When performed correctly, they are incredibly powerful. The key is torso angle. If you stay upright, you are targeting more triceps. But if you lean your torso forward slightly and allow your elbows to flare out naturally, you shift tension toward the lower chest. Go deep, stretch the pecs at the bottom. Then drive your body upward by squeezing your chest, not just locking out your elbows. If body weight is too easy, add weight. If it is too hard, use assistance. But never sacrifice form for ego. Now we move to cables. Cable high to low flies are one of the best isolation movements for the lower chest. Set the cables high, step forward, slight bend in the elbows, and pull the handles downward and inward toward your lower abs. Here is the most important part. Do not just bring your hands together. Think about bringing your upper arms down and across your body. At the bottom, pause and squeeze hard for 1 second. That peak contraction is what carves detail into the muscle. Most people rush flies. They turn them into swinging movements. But when you control them and focus on tension, they become one of the most effective tools in your arsenal. Now let's talk about push-ups, specifically decline push-ups. Place your feet on a bench or elevated surface and your hands on the floor. Your body forms a slight decline angle. As you lower yourself, your lower chest is forced to take on more of the load. Keep your core tight. Lower slowly. Explode up with control. And here is a pro tip. At the top of the push-up, actively squeeze your chest for a brief second. That mind-muscle connection is not bro science. Research consistently shows that focusing on the target muscle can increase activation, but exercises alone are not enough. You need proper programming. If lower chest is a weak point, you must prioritize it. That means placing a lower chest dominant movement at the beginning of your chest workout when you are strongest. For example, start with decline dumbbell press or weighted chest dips, then move to flat or incline pressing. Finish with cable high to low flies. Volume matters too. Most people undertrain their chest. You want around 10 to 16 quality sets per week for chest overall, depending on your experience level. If lower chest is lagging, allocate at least half of those sets to lower focused movements. Intensity matters. Do N. Stop every set 5 reps short of failure. Train close to failure with good form. That final 2 to 3 reps, when the muscle is burning and shaking, are often the reps that stimulate the most growth. And let's address body fat. If your lower chest looks soft or saggy, sometimes it is not just lack of muscle, it is excess fat. You cannot outtrain a poor diet. To reveal definition, you need a slight caloric deficit if you are currently carrying extra body fat. Focus on high protein intake, around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Lift heavy. Keep steps high. Stay consistent. Do not crash diet, because if you lose muscle while cutting, your chest will look smaller and flatter. The goal is to preserve muscle while reducing fat. Now let's go deeper into technique. During pressing movements, your scapula position is critical. Before you even unrack the weight, pull your shoulder blades back and down slightly. This creates a stable base and allows the chest to take more of the load instead of the shoulders. Keep your chest proud. Do not let your shoulders roll forward at the top. Range of motion is another factor. Half reps build half chests. Lower the weight until you feel a deep stretch across your pecs, especially on decline presses and dips. That stretch under load is a powerful stimulus for growth. Time under tension is powerful too. Try this method. On your last set of cable high to low flies, perform 10 controlled reps. Then, immediately hold the bottom contracted position for 10 seconds. Your chest will be on fire. That metabolic stress combined with mechanical tension drives hypertrophy. Let's also address frequency. Training chest once per week might not be enough if it is a priority. Consider training chest twice per week. For example, one heavier session accusing on decline press and dips, and another lighter session focusing on cables and higher rep work. Splitting volume allows for better recovery and more quality sets. And do not ignore recovery. Get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Manage stress, because chronic stress elevates cortisol, which can impair muscle growth and increase fat storage. Now I want you to imagine something. You take off your shirt at the beach. The line between your lower chest and your abs is sharp. When you flex, the pecs pop with fullness. From the side, there is thickness. From the front, there is shape. That look is not genetic luck. It is strategic training over time. Consistency beats intensity. You do not need fancy machines. You do not need secret supplements. You need progressive overload. That means gradually increasing weight, reps, or control over time. If you are pressing the same weight for the same reps for months, do not expect change. Track your lifts. Aim to improve something every week. Even one extra rep is progress. And remember this: the lower chest does not exist in isolation. A strong upper chest makes the entire chest look more complete. So do not neglect incline work completely. Build the entire pec. But if lower chest is your weak point, attack it deliberately. Here is a simple lower chest focused workout you can apply immediately. Start with decline dumbbell press for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Focus on control and stretch. Move to weighted chest dips for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Lean forward, deep stretch, strong squeeze. Then perform high to low cable flies for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Slow and controlled with a pause at the bottom. Finish with decline push-ups for 2 sets to near failure to fully fatigue the fibers. Train this twice per week, for 8 to 12 weeks. Combine it with a smart nutrition plan, and you will see a difference. But here is the mindset shift. Stop chasing soreness. Soreness is not the goal. Stimulus and recovery are the goal. Some of your best growth phases may come when you are not even that sore. Stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on your progression. Your genetics may determine your chest shape to some degree, but development is in your control. And finally, be patient. Muscle takes time. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into transformation. The lower chest solution is not magic. It is precision. It is understanding anatomy. It is aligning resistance with fiber direction. It is prioritizing weak points. It is progressive overload. It is smart nutrition. Apply these principles consistently, and your pecs will not just grow. They will take shape. They will look defined. They will look powerful. Start today. Adjust your next chest workout. Focus on that lower line, train with intention, and build the chest you have always wanted. Your transformation begins with your next rep.